Okay, you guys, let's go. We're gonna go through back kick and the mechanics of back kick today. Important for especially purple belts and above. All right, guys, hand sign, barrios, jog on the spot. Okay, warm it up. Okay, you guys. Side to side. Touch your heels. Start jump. Forward and back. All right, you guys. Left and right. Keep going. Good. Stretch over. Stretch this way. Sumo stance. Point your feet. 45. Push your knees out. Drop your hips into that. All right, let's sit down. Let's give it a stretching. Okay, toes up, legs straight, and reach forward. Great. Hold down. Feel a stretch. Count to 10 in Japanese if you want, guys. Ichi, ni, san, shi, go, roko, suchi, hachi, ku. Chu. Left to your left, everyone. Ichi, ni, san, shi, go, roko, suchi, hachi, ku. Chu. To your right. Hold on. Ichi, ni, san, shi, go, roko, suchi, hachi, ku. Chu. To the front again. Hold it. Good, guys. Bring your feet in, legs straight, toes back. Reach as far as you can. Stretch the back of your legs. Feel the stretch. Stretch. Great. Shake loose. Back straight. Push your knees down. Hold that stretch. And on your knees, stretch. Stretch your back. Well done. Okay, sit back. Stretch. Push your bed home. Okay, come back. Push your belly. Up and stretch. Good, you guys. Okay. Let's go. Turn your hips. Okay. Chest open. Okay, guys, today's class, shake loose, will be a detailed class about back kick, you guys, okay? And how to improve it, slowing it down, and how it should happen, okay? So there's a lot to listen to here rather than just doing, okay? So first of all, a back kick happens basically, as it said, behind you. Okay, so if I'm facing my friend here, okay, Derek, I'm looking over my shoulder. So try this. Pretend you're going to do this, but don't kick because you haven't got anything to kick, right? Unless you're in front of a kick bag. But look over your shoulder at the target, okay? So the target is there, this blue spot, all right? Now, a lot of people, especially higher grades, purple belts, don't pay attention to where they're kicking. They just fling their leg out, guys. Okay? So especially purple belts and above need to get this right. So I look over my shoulder, the leg comes up, the knee, okay? And I tilt and I drive this leg to the blue spot. And then I come back and then I put it down. I'm doing it slow, so I'm going to be off balance a bit. Okay? So that's what's happening. All right? So look over your shoulder, the leg that's going to kick. This is how to do it easily. All right? So what I want you to do is do this, but you haven't got anything to kick like me. So just kick the air. All right? Like this. Look over your shoulder, lift your knee up. Okay? Tilt and drive that leg into that spot, into that area, which would be about middle. So you're aiming, if I face this way, you're aiming somewhere in between, okay? That's where you're aiming, okay? So knee up, there, okay? That's where you want it. So try that with both legs, okay? So let's do that, okay? So guys, face away from, just face somewhere where behind you is clear, so you can do it behind you. So knee up, you don't have to look yet. You could look before just to check. Then you look over, tilt, okay, your back. Drive that heel into the target, bring your knee up again, put it down. So you're going to be off balance because you've not done this much before, right? But these are the mechanics of the kick. The knee comes up, you tilt your hips, and you drive that leg in with the heel. Now, well, I'll talk about what you're actually using to kick in a moment. Okay, if you're not sure, but knee up, over your shoulder, tilt, drive that heel in, bring it back and up, and put it down. That's the proper way to do it. Okay, so I want you to be doing that now with each leg. You're going to lose balance. Don't worry about it. Okay, so keep changing legs. Okay, it's harder to kick slow than it is to kick fast, okay? Because you're going to be balancing on one leg for longer, all right? But these are the mechanics of the back kick. Now, keep doing that, please. So what do you kick with? What do you kick with? Right, I've seen people do this, okay? And they point their toes in, or they keep their toes straight, as if they're going to kick with the toes. Now, obviously, if you kick this hard with your toes outstretched, okay, you're going to hurt or break your toes. Okay? If you're going to kick really hard like that, you'll break your foot. Okay? So you have to bring your foot back. Okay? And you're kicking with this part. Okay? The heel. That's what makes contact with that blue spot. That heel. Okay? Just to clarify. This. Okay? Now, that's the next important part. Okay? So if I just do this back kick a few times on the kick back, okay? Okay? Knee up, kick. Look, knee up, kick. Okay, look, knee up, kick. Okay? Look first, knee up, tilt, kick. Missed. Sorry about that. Okay? Didn't look properly. All right? I didn't look properly. Look over, knee up, okay? Look over, drive it in. Okay? So what am I hitting with? The heel. Okay? The foot's got to be back. You can't point the toes. You're going to hurt yourself. Okay? So, what we learned, the technique, the mechanics of the technique. Let's just do it from standing. Knee up. Okay, sorry, you look first. You establish where the target is. You get ready with your knee. You tilt, drive it in, bring it back, put it down. Okay? So the second point we've established is what we're kicking with. This. Okay. The third thing I'm going to try and establish is how, okay, that heel meets, but how should the foot be? The foot should be pointing downwards as much as possible. Now, if you get this kind of direction, okay, that's 45 slightly, that's fine. But this is not fine, really, because that's a side kick. Okay? If you kick like that with your heel, that's a side kick. If you turn your hips too much into it, that's a side kick. So your hips should still be pointing forward. Okay? So this is the fourth point. Your hips facing forward. So knee up. Okay, so let's do that again. Look over, establish where the target is. Central. Central. So whenever you're doing basics, guys, you're kicking central. All right? This, by the way, beginners, Luna and Sarah, and I know this is a little too much information, but there's no reason why people your grade cannot do this kick with practice. Okay? If you get your mum to hold a pad like this, okay, for you, you can find a target by practicing like that. Okay? I believe advanced techniques, there are advanced techniques, but I believe there are also advanced techniques that can be done by lower grades. Okay? It's just because it's not in your grading, we don't teach you this. Okay? So this is in your grading purple belts, so we have to teach you this. The problem is we probably teach you too late. So this video, if you're lower grade than purple, it's very important for you to start learning it. Okay? Or maybe we should be teaching it earlier. That's a question for our organization. So, mechanics, beginning. Look over, establish target. Knee up, tilt, drive, heel in, toes down, heel up. Bring it back, put it down. Making sure not to, okay, turn hips into it too much. Okay? So if I do this, if I hold on to my friend Derek, now can you see my hips are more forward? Now if I begin to do that and the foot turns, that's side kick. So there's a difference. Back kick is behind you and you're kicking behind you, you're not kicking sideways. Okay? You're not kicking sideways. So keep practicing that kick. Okay? If you're just sitting there watching, then you're not practicing the kick and you're only going to get the theory. So practicing it will improve. And also will, what's the word? It will cement these details into your brain, your mind. So when you go to do that kick in future, you remember these steps. Look over your shoulder, knee up, drive that heel, toes down, heel up. Okay, keep your hips as forward as possible. Okay, and drive the kick. Okay, so that's what you've got. Now, if you've got a kick bag, my advice is practice it slow, or if you've got someone to hold the pad for you, kids, you won't kick too much power, so it's okay for your parents to hold the pad. If you kick with power, you need a kick bag, okay? So where's my target? There, okay? Look. Okay, drive it in. Look, drive it in. Now, to do it with confidence, speed and power, you need to do this slow first. Don't try and kick fast. Okay, I've done this hundreds of times, thousands possibly. Okay, but not enough times, not enough. Okay, never enough. So look over, drive it in. All right, look over, drive it in. That's the kick for you. Okay, so that's the back kick, and that's the best way to practice it. Okay, so I can see you all practicing. Let's pause the video for a couple of questions if we got any. So you guys, be careful. Look, when I look behind me, if I want a proper look, I've probably got to turn my shoulders a bit more. It's wrong then, because you're turning your hips too much. So what you're doing is you're relying on the peripheral part of your vision, mostly, plus flexibility in the neck. Some people can't turn their neck that far. Okay, that's simple as that. So you look over, peripheral vision, drive it in. Okay, that's how you have to do it. Now be careful not to try and keep your hips too far forward and do this action. Look over, bring it up, go forward, and the kick goes like that. Okay? So what you're doing there is you're not driving your leg in then. The hip is not working with you, it's going against you. So the power, no power in the kick. Okay? So that was one of the things I saw. All right, guys, let's move on to how you do this in stance, okay? Let's move on. So I'm going to lower this, okay? So purple belts and above, you're required to do this in a stance, front stance. Now, when you adopt front stance, do a Shotokan front stance, because that's what we practice, yeah? This, not this. This is different style stuff, right? So basically, you all know how to turn motte, high grades. Back foot goes across 2 shoulder widths and you turn, okay? That's the beginning of how you kick, the back kick. So the way you're facing, begin the action for your back leg, which you would for turn motte. However, you're turning your body earlier and you're bringing your foot to this kind of position. Knee rises, you kick, you bring it back, and then you turn and step forward, okay? So let's do that again. So I'll go as far back as I can. So turn, same way as you would turn motte. Look over your shoulder, knee up, kick, bring it back, step in and forward, okay? Okay, so at first, when you're trying to get balance, do it slow. 1, 2, 3, step 4. All right? So practice that. Now, I've just practiced one side. Let's change. Now, if your other leg is in front, you turn motte, the opposite leg. Okay? So whichever leg would be the one moving to turn motte is the one that kicks. Okay? All right? So, just to clarify, let's say I've got a left stance, left front stance. Which leg kicks if it's a left front leg? Which leg? Left front leg. Which leg kicks? Right leg. Behind you. Prepare it. Stay low. Lift your knee up. Drive it in. Bring it back. Step forward. Okay? And vice versa, if my right leg is in front, okay, prepare, stay low, drive it in, step. All right? So, any questions on that? That's how you perform it from front stance. So if you're in the dojo stepping forward, it's basically turn, drive it in, step. Okay, sorry. I keep losing balance. You can see how practiced I am on this kick. Okay, turn, drive it in, step forward. Turn another leg, drive it in, step forward. Okay, and that's how you continue in the dojo. Any questions on that? Okay, so that's really how you do it moving in stance. All right. Any questions on that, you guys? If you've got any questions watching on record, ask in the dojo. So guys, this kick, now I'm going to try and show you the kick without stopping. So someone who is a higher grade would be expected to kick a bit faster. Okay, 1, 2, step in. Okay, other leg, turn, kick, step in. Okay, continuously, kick, step in. Okay, turn, kick, step in. All right, that last one wasn't too good. Okay, so guys, unless you practice a kick thousands and thousands of times and you do it daily or at least weekly, all right, you're always gonna need to work on it. Okay, I work on side kick mostly. I work on making sure I can lift my leg and the muscles are strong. But back kick, I don't practice it a whole lot of time, right? Usually when I'm just teaching it, okay? However, what I'm going to do in the next session, which will begin in about 5 minutes, the Black Tiger, is how you can use this, all right, as a bit of fun and as a bit, you know, with, I say fun, but I say in a serious situation, but you know, how this kick works in real life. So we're really talking about movies now where you got kids fighting, let's say Karate Kid. Okay, that's a bit more for older kids. Okay, or Kung Fu Panda. All right, you'll probably see some of these things happening. They're back kicking, they're flying kicking, they're using sticks, all of that. But they're doing it in a fun way in the cartoons, right? And that's what I want you to think about rather when I show you this. Adults, I'm going to talk to you in more, I'm not going to say it because, for instance, if there's kids on here, I don't want them to hear it, but you'll understand when I teach it. So the back kick is very effective, okay? So for instance, Kung Fu Panda, okay? Who's his enemy? Is it the tiger? I don't know. You tell me. I've never seen it properly, right? So, tiger comes up behind, Kung Fu Panda. Okay? Self-defense. Someone's coming up behind you. Okay? Someone's coming up behind you. Okay? Tilt. Okay? Prepare. Drive that leg in. All right? So this is part of the next class, actually. Okay, so this is how you use this kick in real life. Okay, so you get low, someone goes to grab you. You notice behind you a little earlier. If they're too close, then it's too late. Okay, someone's coming at you, running at you. Okay, with whatever. Okay, so let's just pick a character, you know, Karate Kid, Cobra Kai, coming at him. Okay, tilt, look over shoulder, and it's a distance kind of move, okay? Drive it in, stop them. Now, if you don't practice higher grades on something like this or a kickback, you're not going to feel the effectiveness of it by just kicking thin air, okay? Until you start practicing on someone like this, okay? So you need higher grades to make sure you're practicing these kicks on a kick bag, okay? Only when you get a kick bag or a gentleman like this will you feel the power of your kicks, okay? You will start kicking properly as well. You will know how to kick properly, because kicking that number of times, when you kick it wrong, you injure yourself. And I've done that many times because I kicked it wrong. You have to, if you're going to kick it hard, you have to be very confident, guys, with your foot, okay? If you're going to punch hard, you've got to be confident that you're not going to collapse your wrist, that your fingers are not tightly closed, okay? It's all got to be done carefully. So if you ever get a kick bag, don't start kicking it hard first time, even with front kick, okay? You learn those things. You learn those things. The bag teacher, that's your teacher. That's your teacher. You will feel whether it's wrong. You will feel whether it's right, okay? And hopefully you won't get too injured when you do get injured, because you will get injured, okay? And that's the black belt journey. Touch wood, it won't be serious. If you go crazy and act, you know, in a very careless way, then yes, you could get injured, okay? Seriously, all right? All right, well, talking of getting seriously injured, training in your own home can cause that. And that's nearly happened to me many times before, okay? Hikate into the door frame, bam, Hikate into the door frame is one of my nemesis. It's the worst thing, right? But it's the most, like, I've done it for so many times. Right across there, it deadens your elbow, but luckily you've never been seriously injured. So be careful when you're training in little hallways. Guys, any questions about back kick? So otherwise, I'm going to move on into the black tiger technique, all right, which is really more, it's really an extension of this. So now I've seen this on videos, okay, now whether they're fixed or not, I don't think they're fixed. Okay, now what we're going to do, from a position facing forward, this is what I want you to try, okay? I haven't even practiced this, okay? I've done it before. Okay, so it's back kick, but it's more of a roundhouse back kick, okay? And it's like this, okay? So what you've got is behind you, but to the side, okay? There, okay? So I want you to imagine, let me think. No, yeah, do that first, because I'm going to change it slightly any minute. So first we're going to do it, imagine someone is walking or running away, okay? So let's say a villain is running away with a woman's bag they've just snatched, okay? And they're running down this way, okay? You happen to be here, so I want you to lift your leg up, and I want you to take the knee as high as you can and just hook kick this area, okay? So basically you're hook kicking this area where perhaps they're running past, Okay. All right. All right then, guys. See you soon. Well done.
Thanks, Sensei. I gotta go too.
Well done. Well done if you have to leave, guys.
All right,
So
cheers.
I'll continue though. Even if you all have to leave, I will finish this. So what you've got is someone running this way. So you catch them across, okay, as they run past. All right? All I'm trying to emphasize is what you can use it for, okay? So you see someone running here, okay, hook kick there. All right? So that's the first thing to practice. Then the next part will be facing the opposite way, where you turn and do it sideways, all right? So try that with both legs, okay? Now, don't go behind you, go to the side of you, okay? Like you're stopping someone, all right? That's what I want, okay? There, right there. Okay, then he comes up. Okay, so as I said, the Black Tiger class, guys, less detail, just do it. That's the idea. But be careful, do it slow. Okay, so 1, 2, you got that, guys? Now, if I was to practice here, okay, that's the kind of thing I'm doing. Okay, that. All right. So practice that a few times. Now, okay, so let's say you've got that. Now, the next part is this. Okay, you've seen something happen in front of you, diagonally, and someone is running past you here. Okay, they're coming past you here. Okay, maybe running, maybe on a motorcycle. Now, you might have seen this in a film where someone spins around, kicks someone off a motorcycle. All right, so this is what I want you to do carefully. Okay, okay, you see something there, you turn, hook kick there, hook kick there. So what you're doing is kick across there, across the body of someone, they go flying. All right, so try that. You're facing this way, that's where you're gonna kick. Okay, there. All right, and practice with both legs. I'm practicing mostly with this leg because it seems to be better for me. Okay, so this one's going to be a little bit less effective. Okay, so that's a weakness, because if I'm this way and someone's running past this way, then I'm not going to be as good if I don't practice this side. All right, so practice that side as well. All right, guys, any questions, let me know. Once we've done a few more of these, we will finish off. All right, so this is where you've got someone coming, okay, kick round, okay, okay, kick. Now, to get good at that and know it's effective, you have to kick something, okay? So let's just say he's in a position where I have to use this leg, okay? Okay. So that's what you're doing. All right, let's see if we can do it this way to the camera. The target is there. Okay, do it this way to the camera. The target is there. Okay, You got that, guys? Do you understand that? Now, again, you can watch all day, but if you don't practice this, then guys, it's not gonna be that good ever. All right. So do a few more on it. Do 5 on each leg, and then if you want some help, we'll talk about it now. Okay. Okay, I'm not really showing you detail, but if you look at my feet, maybe that might help as well. Okay, so from here, okay, so you can see my feet working there. Okay. Bam. There we go. Right, guys, so that's the black tiger move of the day. Now you can follow that through with other things. Okay, spinning roundhouse. Okay, so you're spinning roundhouse, turn, punch. Okay, combination. Okay, turn, catch, punch. Okay, switch leg, roundhouse, whatever you like, anything. But again, this is something I used to do a lot when I was I was a brown belt going on black, and I used to practice shadow boxing. So I pretended people were in certain places. I even used, and this is probably why I got injured sometimes, door frames as people. Up in the landing in the old house, I had a landing upstairs, which had 2 rooms. I had the bag hanging from the loft. I used the bag. The stairs were not far behind me, a little dangerous. I wouldn't advise it. But I had lots of door frames. So I used them as people, pretended they were people. Of course, I didn't kick them. I didn't actually touch them. I just practiced. What would I do if they were people? Okay. What would I do if they were people? So sometimes you've got to imagine, okay? Side kick there, roundhouse kick there, back kick there, okay? Punch, front kick there, okay? So with your kicks, you can do a lot of that, guys, shadow box, all right? So I'm going to leave the class there in terms of recording, and I'm going to work with the people who are on Zoom for a minute. So guys, if you watch this, let me know what you thought. Well done.